The thing is that up until about 2 days ago, I thought this haul was going to be pretty small this month. It's not small. It's not big, but it's not small either. Hi everyone, my name's Chloe. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is my February book haul. Like I said, I thought this was going to be a small haul this month. I was sort of looking at my TBR cart on the shelf that I keep all the books that I bought that I haven't hauled yet. And up until like the last week of the month, there was like 4 books on there. And I thought, okay, like this is going to be a really quick haul video. And then that number kind of doubled. I mean, I haven't got massive amounts. I think I've got 10 books here, but it's just like the size of the stack literally got twice as big. So, don't think there's much else to talk about. You know what a haul video is. You all know what you're here for. Let's talk about the books that I hauled during the month of February. So the first one I'm actually going to be pretty quick about because it's a second copy of a book that was the last book that I hauled in January too. That is This Woven Kingdom by Tara Maffei. So I had pre-ordered this one when Waterstones did their Black Friday offer where if you spent over a certain amount you got triple points, and because it was part of that I couldn't really cancel it. And then I found out it was coming in the Illuma Crate box and I ended up with that version. But to be honest, I'm really hoping I love this book because this is the Waterstones version and this is the Illuma Crate version. So they're very different vibes going on. But I'd be quite happy to have both of them on my shelves because I do actually like both. I mean, obviously the Illuma Crate one is my favourite, but I do like them both. So I honestly don't know too much about the synopsis of this one, and to say I've already hauled it once, that is a little bit ridiculous. It says, to all the world, Alizar is a disposable servant, never to be known for who she really is, the long-lost heir to an ancient Jinn kingdom. She's hunted always, forced to hide in plain sight lest she expose herself to danger, until one day she makes a mistake. The Crown Prince Cameron has heard the prophecies. He knows of the fearsome monster promised to kill his king. Darkness is fast descending upon his empire, driving Cameron to desperately seek out its source. But as he grows ever more suspicious of the servant girl with the strange eyes, the more he learns about her and the harder it is to turn away, even if falling for someone like Alizar means forfeiting everything he's ever known. Sounds intriguing. I do like Tara Maffei's writing. I've not read one of her fantasies before. I haven't read Shatter Me. I have read one of her contemporaries though, and I have her other one to read. So yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. And this one does have pretty spade edges. This is the Waterstones exclusive. So yeah, we will see. Oh, I didn't realise as well, that is the naked hardcover, which is also pretty. The next few that I got, I just went into Waterstones. I really just wanted to treat myself. It was not long after payday and I found a couple on buy one get one half price. The first one being Golden Boys by Phil Stamper. I've read Phil Stamper's first 2 books, so it was, I'm just going to look in here, The Gravity of Us and As Far As You'll Take Me. I really enjoyed The Gravity of Us. I think I gave it 4 stars. As Far As You'll Take Me I enjoyed, but there were issues I had with it. But I really like his writing. It's just, I feel like I'm waiting for the perfect story for him. Like I'm waiting for the one that clicks. This could potentially be it because I'm really excited for this one. This one sounds like my favourite premise of his so far. So I will read you the synopsis on the back. It says, Gabriel, Reese, Sal and Heath are best friends. When you grow up in the middle of nowhere, being queer and having big dreams will bond you for life. This summer, for the first time, they'll get to follow their dreams, but they'll be doing it apart. It's time to discover who they are and who they really want to be. Will the distance divide them or draw them closer than ever? I'm just really excited for this sort of, I mean, it feels like the wrong time of year to have this. I'm probably going to save it until the summer, to be honest. But it's this queer summer friendship story and I'm here for it. We'll see how it is. The next one I got clearly still has buy one get one half price sticker on. It is Not My Problem by, I don't know if it's Kira Smith or Ciara Smith. I did not look that up before filming. I'm very sorry about that. I realised after filming this she's an Irish author. So clearly that name is Kira. I'm sorry. Kira Smith, that is the author of this book. But yeah, Not My Problem. I've been seeing this one around for a little while and I've been intrigued by it, and it was on buy one get one half price. So I've just remembered actually, Golden Boys I went in for because it was coming out that day, and this one I just saw on offer and was intrigued by it. So again, I'm going to read you the synopsis. I don't normally read all the synopsis out, but I'm just, my brain is not working to try and summarise them myself at the minute. So it says on the back, Aideen is a rule breaker. Maeve is a super ambitious class swap. When Aideen reluctantly agrees to help Maeve escape her crazy workload, she never expects the solution to mean pushing Maeve down the stairs. Yet Aideen soon realises she has a talent for fixing other students' problems. Aided by Cavi, her willing accomplice in crime, whether it's stealing a confiscated phone or arranging a late night breakout, Aideen will sort it out. But Aideen's own life is a mess. Her mum's drinking again, her best friend is avoiding her, and she's flunking school. As she spends more time with Cavi and the uptight but annoyingly cute Maeve, Aideen starts to wonder, can every problem be solved? I believe this is a sapphic story, and I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to see what this one's like. Again, it's probably going to be more of a summer read. I tend to read these type of YA contemporaries closer to summer, but it's nice to have some ready to go because my collection is dwindling a little bit. And then the other one I got on the buy one get one half price offer, take that sticker off, is Detransition Baby by Tori Peters. So this is one that I've heard a lot about because, as you can probably see from the front, it did win some awards. It was longlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction, and I don't know if I'm interested in reading it. It's a really weird one. I just keep seeing it places, and I think my sister's read it and she enjoyed it, and the paperback had recently been released and they had this Raid Edges edition, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try it. It might not be my type of book, but we'll see how it goes. So it says on the back, Reese nearly had it all: a loving relationship with Amy, an apartment in New York, a job she didn't hate. She scraped together a life previous generations of trans women could only dream of. The one thing missing was a child. Then everything fell apart, and 3 years on, Reese is still in self-destruct mode, avoiding her loneliness by sleeping with married men. When her ex calls to ask if she wants to be a mother, Reese finds herself intrigued. After being attacked in the street, Amy detransitioned to become Ames, changed jobs, and thinking he was infertile, started an affair with his boss, Katrina. Now Katrina's pregnant. Could the three of them form an unconventional family and raise a baby together? It sounds intriguing. I'm really interested to see what it's like, and yeah, we'll give it a go at some point. I'm not sure when I'll pick it up. It's one of those I feel like I'll buy and then just leave it on my shelves for a while, but I am happy I have it there as an option at least. Next up, we actually have a book that was gifted to me by the lovely Gem from Bookish Gems. I will link her channel down below, and that is my best friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I have got one other Grady Hendrix book on my shelves. I have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I have not read it yet. I do not read a lot of sort of horror books, but Grady Hendrix ones intrigue me a lot, especially like this looks like an old VHS tape, and I love it. It looks so cool. So yeah, I believe this is like an 80s teen film type horror book as well. It says high school sophomores Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 4th grade, but after an evening of skinny dipping goes disastrously wrong, Gretchen begins to act different. She's moody, she's irritable, and bizarre incidents keep happening whenever she's nearby. Abby's investigation leads her to some startling discoveries, and by the time their story reaches its terrifying conclusion, the fate of Abby and Gretchen will be determined by a single question: is their friendship powerful enough to beat the devil? This is my favourite part because it says, like an unholy hybrid of Beaches and The Exorcist, my best friend's Exorcism blends teen angst, adolescent drama, unspeakable horrors, and a mix of 80s pop songs into a pulse-pounding supernatural thriller. That sounds fantastic. So I'm excited to read this. Again, it could be one that I read later on in the year. I mean, we all know this sounds great for spooky season, so it might get left to October, but I'm very, very happy to have it. Thank you, Gem, for gifting this one to me. I'm so here for this book. The next book that I got, I will not read the synopsis for because it will spoil lots of things, but it is Golden Fall by Robin Hobb. You will see that there is already a bookmark in this. I'm currently reading it. It is the second book in the 3rd trilogy in the Realm of the Elderlings. So this one follows after Fool's Errand, which I read last month, and there's not much else to say about this. We are back with Fitz and Fool and everyone in Bookkeep, and I love this series. I love Fitz. I love Robin Hobb and her writing. I'm very excited to have this one. I like to always have the next one in the series ready to read, so I bought this one while I was reading Fool's Errand, and yeah, I'm very, very excited to see where this trilogy goes next. Then we have the January Fairy Loot box. I had to think then which one it was because the Fairy Loot box got delayed, and then I've skipped the February box, even though I know that book is gorgeous, but I already have it and I did not need the items. Anyway, this is a January one, and it is Only a Monster by Vanessa Len. This one does actually also have a bookmark in, but that's just because the bookmark matches the book, and I wanted to make sure I didn't lose it in case I don't like the book and I want to sort of get rid of them as a set. That is a whole different tangent, but yeah, this is February book. It is an exclusive sort of colour design, I believe. I can't remember what the original colour is, but this is the Fairy Loot version. It has purple sprayed edges that I'm not sure about. They're just a little bit too bright for me. I wish they were a bit more muted like the front cover. But I will say that it does have some stunning artwork on the end papers at the front. And then we have the back as well. And it also does have a foiled naked hardcover as well. So, do I know what this one's about? Of course I don't. Let's see what the synopsis says, shall we? It says, in every story there is a hero and a monster. It should have been the perfect summer. Sent to stay with her late mother's eccentric family in London, 16-year-old Joan is determined to enjoy herself. She loves her nerdy job at the historic Holland House, and when her super cute co-worker Nick asks her on a date, it feels like everything is falling into place. Then a Good Samaritan attempt gone wrong sends Joan spinning through time, and her life quickly begins to unravel. Her family aren't just eccentrics, they're monsters with terrifying hidden powers. And Nick isn't just a cute boy, he's a legendary monster slayer who will do anything to bring them down. As she battles Nick, Joan is forced to work with the beautiful and ruthless Aaron Oliver, heir to a monster family that hates her own. She'll have to embrace her own monstrousness if she's going to save herself and her family, because in this story, she's not the hero. This one actually sounds really intriguing, to be honest. I've not heard much about it before this. I had heard people sort of being excited about the synopsis, but I haven't heard like any sort of reviews or anything. But the synopsis is intriguing me a lot. So hopefully I like it. And it is quite short as well. So, you know, that could make its way on a TBR fairly quickly, right? The next book that I got doesn't really need an introduction because I've already shown you one book from this series 2 books ago. It is Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb. I'm trying to catch up with the Catch Up Book Club, so I'm trying to read Golden Fool and Fool's Fate during the month of March. We will see how that goes, but I thought I should probably have Fool's Fate ready to go for it in case I want to pick it up as soon as I finish Golden Fool. So, this is the 3rd book in the Tawnyman trilogy, which is the 3rd trilogy in the Realm of the Eldlings, which is a 16-book series by Robin Hobb. It's very confusing when you have to sort of break it down like that. But yeah, 3rd book in that trilogy, 9th book overall. There we go. And then the last 2 books that I got came on a day of sort of double the deliveries from Illuma Crate. The first one being the book from this quarter's Afterlight box. Afterlight is Illuma Crate's adult romance quarterly subscription service. So this is the 3rd box, I believe, that they've done. And we got the book Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I am really excited to read this one. I've read one book by this author before. It was Girl Made of Stars, and I really enjoyed that one. But it was a little bit like of a hard-hitting contemporary. This does not seem hard-hitting. This seems really fun, and I'm so excited for it. I will read you the synopsis yet again. So it says, Delilah Green swore she would never go back to Bright Falls. Nothing is there for her but memories of a lonely childhood. Her life now is in New York, with her photography career finally gaining steam and her bed never empty. Sure, it's a different woman every night, but that's just fine with her. When Delilah's strange stepsister pressures her into photographing her wedding, Delilah finds herself back in Bright Falls once more. She plans to breeze in and out, but then she sees Claire Sutherland, her stepsister's stuck-up bestie, and decides that maybe there's some fun and a little retribution to be had after all. As a busy single mother, Claire depends upon a life without surprises, and Delilah Green is an unwelcome surprise at first. But when they're forced together during the many wedding preparations, Claire isn't sure she has the strength to resist Delilah's charms. Even worse, she's starting to think she doesn't want to. I'm very excited for this one. The problem is with all these books that I've got this month is I've done my TBR, and every book that I look at that I've recently bought, I want to read straight away. Am I gonna fail 2 TBRs in a row? That is the question. Okay, so the last book that I received in the month of February is the Illuma Crate February box. So actually, if you haven't got your Illuma Crate yet, maybe turn it off now. I had to do this at the end of last month as well because it came like literally on the last day. So if you have got it, or if you just don't care about spoilers, or if you don't get the box anyway, so it doesn't really matter to you either way, I'm going to show the book now, and that is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I really, really like this cover that Illuma Crate has done. It's very pretty. It also has some sprayed edges, which are also very pretty, and some end paper artwork, and an undercover design as well. And let me read you the synopsis, because once again, I do not know what this is about. I can gather it's got some sort of musical element to it, but we will see. Enchantments run deep on the magical Isle of Cadence. The capricious spirits that live there find mirth in the lives of the humans who call the land home, but that mischief turns into malevolence as girls begin to go missing. Adira, heiress of the East, knows the spirits only answer to a bard's music, enticing them to return the missing girls. But there's only one bard capable of drawing the spirits forth by song, her childhood enemy, Jack Tamerlane. He hasn't stepped foot on Cadence in 10 long years, content to study music at the mainland university. But as Jack and Adira reluctantly work together, it becomes apparent the trouble with the spirits is far more sinister than first thought, and an older, darker secret lurks beneath the surface, threatening to undo them all. Again, sounds intriguing. I will eventually get to this one. I have no idea when, but it's going to look pretty on my shelves until that day. That's, yeah, pretty much. So these are the books that I bought. Like I said, my original haul was a lot smaller than this, and then it just kept getting bigger. So, yeah. I have nothing to say about that. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. Let me know if you've hauled anything fun this month, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye.